What's a happening and what's going on, people? It's TGI. For some people, it's a good Friday. Some people, it's a lovely Friday. Some people, it's a backed up Friday. Damn it, it's Friday.
Really, Sam? You already throw it out there?
The schedule has been released. We know where we're going to be, who we're going to be against, and on what week and where the bye week is. All international games have been thrown out there. We're going to discuss all of that. And I mean, and maybe a few other things as well. Fellas, say what's happening to the people.
What's going on? What the hell is wrong with you? Oh God.
Hey. Oh man. As I said, we got the schedule out yesterday. Those that tuned in, and saw, a lot of what was produced and where things at. And we got, got to look at, some of the particulars and some of the high octane. Look forward to games of coming up around the league. And we, of course, ourselves as our team is schedule drop. Some of the obvious, most looking forward to games on our schedule: 49ers, Ravens, Chiefs, Panthers.
No.
Yeah, what?
No, you're not about to do that.
What?
You're not about to do that.
Do what?
Switch them first two around. You know what's Nah, Sam, nah. Go ahead, read this one. Yeah, we gonna spend a good amount of time on that. Yeah.
We have the Baltimore Ravens on our schedule. We have the 49ers. Cleveland Browns is going to be an interesting game for all of you legal representatives of Shedeur Sanders, and the Kansas City Chiefs, which I think all are going to be measuring stick games, and and the Ravens game for obvious reasons. Where shall we start? Who should we start with?
I think we can start at the top and go all the way through.
Yeah, we begin the league. We begin the year in Pittsburgh.
Yes, because I think that's an interesting game within it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, with Aaron Rodgers, of course, new coach Mike McCarthy. That always, I'm saying, that defense that has been kind of sort of under fire in the last couple of seasons, a little bit. Who we be facing? Old but familiar face in DK Metcalf.
Old and face in Pittman.
Yes, Pittman. Yeah. As well. I think that I do believe that the Steelers game will be somewhat of a measuring stick.
I think it definitely comes out and measures our passing for sure.
Yes,
our passing.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes. Now, from an offensive line perspective, facing TJ, And that linebacking crew for the Steelers, that we would just definitely test that. That saying that group.
Now,
Uh,
did you do what I asked?
You said what, Fresh?
Did you do what I asked?
What the hell is you? Dog, didn't I tell you I was at work, man? I ain't been on my phone all day. What did you ask me?
ladies and gentlemen, give us a second. Give us a second right here.
Hey, look here, Daddy.
Because I read the question just like you did, and you responded. Give me. I had to get myself together. Give me a few. You had 30 whole minutes.
45 to be exact.
You had 30 whole minutes. You could have went through there. And each team, it's easy. You could have dug up. It wouldn't have took long. The Steelers, 49ers, Carolina. We know about the Carolina Panthers, Bucks, and Saints. You know what I'm saying? Chiefs and their additions and subtractions. Same with the Ravens, same with the Browns, same with the Bengals. It wouldn't take no time. And now you're sitting here asking the question, what did you ask me to do?
That wasn't what I was talking about, sir. I was talking about getting off work, coming home, taking a shower, and getting my
Well, you
mind
ain't
right
doing
for the
nothing but
damn.
washing your little bird eggs. It don't take that long to wash some bird eggs.
No.
I understand it might be a little sensitive because they blue. I mean, but damn, it don't take that damn long.
Come on now.
Damn, you know you got Showtime coming up, and you knew that.
Wash your back.
You know what? Y'all not finna come for me today.
You have the back, Gorilla. You know it's Showtime coming up. Let me go and get these little notes ready real quick. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when it's all with, I can get them relax, eat, got them hold down, and lay in front of the lamp.
Mm-hmm.
And lightweight. You know what I'm saying? Come on, it is not Chinese arithmetic.
That damn.
I tell you, we don't understand about these young. They make life so hard, and it's not.
That's what we doing.
You know. I know. So we getting ready to do so in here. Just they want me to let me go and scramble up these notes real quick. You know what I'm saying?
The crazy thing is, he responded and said, "Okay."
Yes. 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 That part.
Man, listen, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have to excuse us. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to impromptu do some house cleaning and common sensual grooming. But I tell you, the more we try to teach him, the slower he gets. Hey, damn, bam. God damn.
Damn it, Billy.
I know, man. Yeah. Okay. Lord have mercy. Let's see. Let me pull up my other technical apparatus. See how Uncle him is walking in place. Damn it. I know like I said, we got Pittsburgh week 1. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is gonna beat that shit. He's been in Pittsburgh for the last 3 weeks. I don't know why people keep running that story. But yeah, maybe since they said the motherfuckers in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Okay, so I got the draft class pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
Max Anchor, Arizona State.
Yeah.
Giovanni Bernard and Drew R. From
that was the receiver, right?
No, Giovanni Bernard is the receiver. Drew is the quarterback from Penn State. They got Everett.
Drew Allar.
Yeah, from Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Everett from Georgia. Jenkins Dunker from Iowa. They got Kendra Wetjen, that little white wide receiver we was talking about.
Yeah.
The Eastern Western Shrine game. They got the tight end fullback from Indiana, Riley Noskowski.
Yeah.
Gabriel Rubo, DT, Notre Dame. Robert Spears Jennings, safety, Oklahoma. And running back wide receiver from Navy, Eli Hudson Richard.
Right.
Yeah. So they had a solid draft class for sure. So they definitely added in some free agency pieces too. Um, this team is gonna be well put together. Now, I don't think, knowing what we know with Mike McCarthy, I don't know if they're gonna run the ball like that. I feel like they're gonna throw it. They're gonna be out there trying to throw the ball around.
Yeah. Well, McCarthy, who is he's a tight end guy
Not
type
right
of
now.
guy. They're in that division. They're after what I know he probably took notes from what happened. Like, they didn't run the ball consistently when they needed to in most cases. So I know he's probably going to be looking to address that. Elijah Harris is gone. Who they got back there in that backfield?
I don't know. I know Warner is still there, but he was more so of their third down back. Look at their roster.
Yeah. They ain't done it. Dang. Let's see. For real? Who is that gonna only be eating fruit and vegetables?
Oh, Rico Dowdle.
That's right. They did get Dowdle from Carolina.
Yeah.
They did. Another familiar face.
Yeah, we know
Another familiar face. We're very familiar with him. That's That'll make life, you know what I'm saying, kind of somewhat interesting for A-Rod. His ability, his physical capabilities of running the ball, and I'm still trying to figure out why did Carolina let him get out of town. Haven't figured that.
They trying to move around to throw the ball themselves. You see, they keep picking up receivers and stuff like that. They trying to throw the ball. They slowly but surely moving away from that. And then they did draft a second running Bijan's backup running back from Texas too. They did draft him, so they thinking he'll come in and do something behind Chuba Hubbard.
Yes. He can't stay at the training room.
Yeah, back-to-back ACL tears.
Right. Defensively, other than that linebacker, I mean, and that front seven, in some of what I saw on last year, if you're able to protect the quarterback and you can pick on that Pittsburgh secondary.
Oh yeah.
You can pick on.
They got Asante Samuel Jr. Jalen Ramsey still there. Joey Porter Jr. Let's see what.
You would think with those guys, I mean, you know what I'm saying, you would be able to get some of the big plays that they got off got off on them on last season with Ramsey and Porter and Samuel. You know what I'm saying?
Ramsey's not the DB he once was. Oh, dude, they do got Everett there now.
They that's right. They drafted Everett from Georgia.
Hmm. Oh, they got Jamel Dean.
Oh,
But we know what he like. We got you burned him one time. I'm Mr. Faker injury. As soon as I get beat over the top, I'm hurt. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm pretty sure him and probably Joey Porter Jr. is gonna be on the outside. They'll probably have Asante Samuel Jr. playing that nickel spot. Uh and then they got Jaquan Brisk. So it'll be Jaquan Brisk and Jalen Ramsey's at the safety spot.
I mean, if they're gonna move Ramsey to the safety, which means he's gonna see a lot of who? The unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They got Jason Elliott too.
Now, the nickel or the slot corner. Well, I'm gonna say the nickel, who will probably end up in a lot of situations with Ozzy and or Branch. You know, in certain situations, and out of the backfield, Bijan. These are the three X factors I believe that are going to cause problems against opposing teams in matchup. Because we already know that Bijan in space is every defensive player's nightmare. You know, Ozzy, who still has his speed, can be a matchup nightmare as well, especially if this round they end up matched up with a linebacker. Zachariah Branch is going to be our X of X factors. From slot corners to nickel corners to safeties, and in some cases linebackers. He is going to be our X factor. Him and Unicorn are going to cause some matchup nightmare issues.
Don't forget Dotson.
Yeah. Cause see, I see like Drake and Dotson are probably going to get most teams number one and number two corners. That's what I think. That's what I think. I don't think that will change until um, something happens where they realize, okay, a third or fourth corner on Branch is just not the move.
Yep.
In these situations. Now week 2 we got Carolina, which we know pretty much already. Saying the deal on that matchup. Um, you know, I think our defense this year is going to solve the puzzle of the Bryce Young explosive plays against the Falcons situation. Um, I think if we're able to put pause on him, and able to get constant pressure on him and not allow him to get outside the pocket a little bit, or for that matter, stand in the pocket. Um, I think our back end coverage is going to be a lot better, where we may get some coverage sacks or cause some turnovers from Bryce, which we have not consistently been able to do.
Yeah. We be letting him get outs, and then I don't know what it was last year, but we kept putting ourselves in bad matchup.
Yeah. That's one thing that hasn't quite changed. Which I think to a certain degree got worse because they drafted another large receiver. They are already they already got a receiver room full of basketball players. Um,
But
you know,
from the Panthers side, they don't believe in Xavier Leggett.
mm,
Yeah, yeah. They don't believe in him.
I mean, they mess around and give up on him. I wouldn't mind him coming down the highway. I wouldn't mind, you know, just saying. I, you know, in this upcoming season, I think we can get. I think we can get the Kitty Cats this season in both games. I really do.
For the better part of me, I say we split with them because we for one for the last few years we haven't consistently beat them. Even when we do win, it hasn't been like an actual comfortable win, which isn't always bad, but at times you should be able to take care of your opponents to a certain degree, and we haven't been able to do that. That's why I feel like with them, we'll split with them more so than anything. Out of the other two, though, I say we sweep the Bucks, and until the Saints show me they getting better and better, when they play us, I say we sweep them too.
I don't see us having a game against the Panthers like that first game under this regime. Um,
No, no, I don't.
I don't see us having that type of game. Um,
We bet not have that type of game
you
though.
know, I just from an offensive standpoint, I don't see us having that type of game. I don't see our offensive performance being like that because I know what Kevin Stefanski's scheme is and is able to do. They're going to stick to the run, and our tight ends are going to, what I'm saying, punish the gut of the defense. Um, you know, you know, and then, like I said, everything is going to follow up that from play action to maybe a gadget play or two, an end around or two. You know what I'm saying? And underneath passing game is going to be nasty work.
Yeah, I mean, for as far as the Panthers secondary, they secondary can be had.
Yeah.
We never had like a problem getting at their secondary. Now, as far as their front seven, um, I think they upgraded their front seven, getting Lee Hunter in the second
Mm-hmm.
round to go
Yeah.
along with Derek Brown,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got Devin Lloyd. So I think you got enough pieces in that front seven to cause a problem. As
Right.
long as we but like we say, we believe in our offensive line coach, so I think that'll be handled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think in that game it's about establishing our run.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to say like these last 2 years, it hasn't been a problem. We just didn't stick with it the first game of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's just due to, you know, Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah. Yeah. The Homer and Bart Simpson regime.
Yeah.
Um, week 3 uh, in Green Bay.
Yeah, that's the start of our primetime games.
Yeah, that's a Thursday night game too.
Yep. Thursday
Yeah.
night. Then we go into Monday night, and then we go
Uh-huh.
into a Sunday night. But Thursday night game.
Yeah, that Thursday night game against Green Bay. We know there's not going to be any Michael Parsons. We know this.
You think he ain't gonna be back by then?
Well, given the conversation that was part of the show on last night, um, they're not looking for Parsons until like week 5 or 6.
Okay, so we definitely got to take advantage of that.
I mean, remember, he went down late in the season as well.
Oh yeah. That was a
You
little
know,
bit right before playoffs.
uh-huh,
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
yeah,
he would be out a little longer.
and that was an ACL tear.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so right there, um, from our offensive line perspective coming in against that front of Green Bay. Well, one thing's for certain, given over the course of the year, in seeing some of the games that I saw from Green Bay on last season, um, they have a trouble with what we do best.
Oh, running the ball. Oh
Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh.
For them, I think on the offensive side for our defense, I think we make them one dimensional. We stop their run early, just like what's name said down here. Was it
Mm-hmm.
cheese 50? Is that cheese 50? Yeah, stop the run early. Because I
Yeah.
don't think they have good wide receivers at all like that. They have a bunch of number twos, I would say. And
Yeah.
Jordan
Yeah.
Love ain't showed me he can just dominate the game. Now, where
He's
I think
hey, he's a good he's a average to good quarterback. Um, I think in this game, if if we're able to collapse the pocket, crash the pocket, contain, and keep him with the pitter patter feet at a rushing through your progression, I think we can rush him into some turnovers.
oh yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think
He's prone to get some
I think we can rush him into some turnovers. You know, I think, and then the biggest question that's coming into this year, I think, in this game will be tested because Green Bay did run the ball fairly well on last year. Um,
yeah with Jacobs, and I think they added somebody else too, another decent running back with him.
mhm. uh,
See, Biscuit, this is where you supposed to be at.
yeah, you should be pulling up information. Um, but I think if we're able, you're right, but make them if we're able to contain their run game, and make them make love be dropping back. You know what I'm saying? 35, 40 times in this game. This should be a game where we're you know the defense is handing the ball off to the offense a lot.
Now they do have Damian Marquise. He's a running back that I wanted us to get when he was coming out of Miami.
Oh yeah, they did draft. Yeah, they did draft that young man, the running back out to you. They did. They did. Is Thursday night in Lambeau.
Yeah, it's not gonna be
And
cold neither.
it's
So
early in the season. Uh, it's going perfect Wisconsin weather,
mhm.
football weather. It's not going to be cold, but it's not going to be hot either. You know, um, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, hey,
Yeah, when I look at their roster, I don't. As of right now, yeah, I don't really see them as much as a threat from a standpoint of their defense. Because boy, yeah,
I mean, they were 9-7-1 on last year. Uh, you know, that tie and that loss to the Bears, you know what I'm saying, that took, I mean, they could have easily be, you know, 11-5, 11-6, something like that. But, you know, the Bears got them, and then they had that tie as well. A 9-7-1 team, you know, on what side of the fence could they fall on that? You know, in coming up in 26. Um, I mean, because their offseason hasn't made a whole lot of noise.
to me, I mean, they kind of in the same boat as us. Really, they really right around the same range. So I think we made more improvements in than they did.
Yeah,
But you know, still, we still have to make excuse me, a big decision about the quarterback position. Well, we ain't got a question, or we ain't got a big decision, but that's still a telltale. See if that our quarterback
I
is
mean, I think that you know, I like I was telling the truth last night. Um, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a necessarily issue. I mean, to a man, you know, Ryan Cunningham and Coach K have all said there's no accelerated timetable. Everything is up on course, and then leading up to and whenever he does take the field, it's going to be after they done got a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth opinion to have 100% clearance. Which is the reason why we went out and got a tour and a backup to that of Trevor Simeon. So I don't think that there's necessarily a quarterback issue for us. We know if Penix is not 100%, he's not going to be on the field. So that it's going to be Tua, you know, and however that goes.
I understand all that. I'm not even talking about from that standpoint of who's
But
playing. I'm just talking about quarterback play.
oh,
Period.
quarterback play, yeah.
Yeah, just quarterback
Now
play. Period. We still.
if Tua is playing good football, I mean, because uh, you're not asked to carry the offense. Number one, you got that guy that John Mustard behind you, and you got you know a kind of sort of a fairly adequate set of weapons offensively. You know what I'm saying? When all else fails, dump it off, hand it off, find a unicorn, find Drake, find Branch, or Isaac or Hooper. I mean, I think it's going to be just as, especially if their offensive line is keeping you clean and untethered.
Huh?
You know, um,
I
you
mean, we
know,
do get the preseason to kind of see that. I think we'll see these guys
yeah,
actually take some snaps during the preseason this year.
yeah. Oh, most definitely. I think, yeah, definitely. Tua is going to definitely Tua and Simeon and the other two. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got four. We got five quarterbacks in camp.
Yeah. I mean, you got
Yeah,
enough to get through the preseason. It's only 3
yeah,
games.
uh-huh.
You got enough to get through the preseason. So
Yeah. You know, you get everybody a couple of series. You know what I'm saying? You get Tua and Simeon a couple of series in the first half each, and then you let the other two young battle it out in the second half. You know what I'm saying, for whatever spot they may have with being practice squad, scout team, whatever the case may be. Um, you know what I'm saying? I think everything is lined up to be, all right, this is what we got. This is what it's going to be. This is the starch deliberate plan. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, shit, getting ready for the season. You know what I'm saying? Is what if we everybody gets to bust a sweat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, 'Cause I see where a lot of people are talking about, who's or there's a quarterback controversy or there's going to be no, it's not. It's not a battle for QB1. We know Penix is QB1. Tua is the backup plan until QB1 is ready.
Yeah.
And if you understand that, then you should be out here. Well, what are we going to do with quarterback? Who's going to be? No, it's just not. The plan is to play until Penix is ready. Now, like the question I raised when we first signed him. All right, that would probably be the only question if it comes to that. If the season is going because which is also became the reason why I even said myself, if Penix doesn't play this year, I'm all right with it. Because if you start the season and Tua and the offense is rolling and flexing like a well-oiled machine, you know what I'm saying? Why would you make that? Why make that change? Let your future get ready for the goddamn future. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he's playing well. We're in the first month of the season, and 3-0 offense looking great. You know what I'm saying? There's no hiccups. Is not struggling or anything like that. Why make a change? You know what I'm saying? Why make a change? Let him play. You know what I'm saying? Let it roll. Why fuck up a rhythm if it ain't no problem? You know what I'm saying? But like if like say and now in the same vein, even if we are 2-1 or 3-0 and the offense is looking a little stagnant, you know what I'm saying, from the quarterback, then of course, yeah, you make that move. Like me and True were talking about last night, it's kind of sort of a good problem or situation to have because you're ready for, in either instance, you're ready for whatever comes.
Yeah.
But to be looking at it as there's some kind of quarterback controversy, no, it's not. There's no quarterback controversy. If you looked at how Matt and Cunningham and Coach K have handled the situation when it comes to Penny, if you're listening to what they're saying, you know there's no quarterback controversy. Penix is our QB1. Tua is the backup plan until he is, you know what I'm saying, until Penix is 100% ready to take the field. Like Matt said, we got everything in place, and we're going to have that second to third to fourth opinion that's going to allow us to say, okay, he's cleared in 100%. You know what I'm saying, to get out there. That's how they're handling the situation deliberately. You come in, or the president walks in the door and fire everything that had anything to do with the process of last season. You bring a new training system in here, a new medical team in here, a new physical therapist, you know what I'm saying, and strength and conditioning coach in here. Yeah, all for your quarterback. So what does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
All right, that was a side note, people. Our bad. We had to get that straightened out.
Yeah.
So next game is a Monday night game against the Aints.
Yes.
What you got on that biscuit?
Jaden.
Yeah, what's up? I've been listening to y'all the whole time.
All right. So if you was listening, what's your opinion on the Saints on that Monday night game?
They trying to be petty and bring back that the last time we played Monday night down there when there was that the year after the trainer. They don't do a whole tribute on that. But I'm gonna say this though. I think our defense don't have a field day with Tyler Show.
Mm.
And as far as the offense, I think the offense can tire their defense out.
What is your absolute thought on the Saints personnel and their additions and subtractions?
I'm not worried about them. But again, it's the damn rivalry game, so you never damn know.
Well, that nigga sounded like a goddamn politician then.
Man,
Uh, okay.
we already know they're gonna be throwing the ball from what they
Yeah,
did in the draft. Jordan
yeah.
Tyson,
All those receivers.
Oscar Delp, and then Bryce Lance. Then you got Barron Brown. Yeah, it's
So,
pretty clear what
you,
they
you know,
doing.
now that you mention it, now that you mention that guy, okay. Do you think that Oscar Delp is going to be that in the NFL?
I think he has a chance. Yeah, because the way Georgia played football, it just didn't. These past 2 seasons, it just didn't. It didn't allow him to shine like he should have. You got to see peaks and stuff of it, but it just didn't allow him to shine. And honestly, somebody get him and know how to use him. Yeah, I think him going to the Saints is a good spot for him to shine, especially with Kellen Moore.
Yeah, and being able to grow with the young quarterback, in a system that I think is conducive, what I'm saying, to balanced passing. Um,
And not only that, he doesn't have to start right away. They have a starting quality tight end already there.
yeah,
So he can just come in whenever they want to, what I'm saying, deploy him. I honestly feel like he gonna be their Taysom Hill. He just not gonna be playing no quarterback at times.
yeah, yeah.
That's the only thing he ain't gonna be doing. Other than that, I think I could see. Well, actually, I could see him doing some wildcat stuff.
Mm.
At least running the ball, some wildcat stuff. I could see
They
him.
gonna stick a tight end in the Wildcat.
Shit, I'll put Brock Biles in the wildcat.
Brock Bowers is a different animal at tight end. Are we trying to say that Oscar Delp is on the level of a Brock Bowers?
I, I I'm not gonna say that because he hasn't displayed, that ability. But I can't say he's not because he hasn't gotten a chance to show it. Now I've seen peaks and glimpses. Now if we would have gotten a consistent offense at Georgia with some tight end play in it, I can be more accurate with it. But the little snippets that we've gotten from him, it's like, I mean, he didn't had a game where he didn't score 3 touchdowns and stuff like we didn't see him be a red zone threat and stuff like that. So it's like it's kind of hard to say like he's not going to be able to pick up some of these things. Somebody just got to use them right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ryan says we're the better team than the Saints, but the Saints have found some weapons for Tyler Shaw. They didn't have a lot of weapons last season because they struggled at the red zone.
yeah,
All those effects.
yeah, for sure. And that's what pretty much this is how you know this was a Keenan Moore real first
Draft, off
draft.
season,
Yeah.
yeah.
last year he just kind of had to go along with
what was there and what they had.
yeah. So this year, yeah, you can see he drafted weapons, and that's exactly
Mhm.
what they pretty much think. Now we're going to see what a Kellen Mond real led Saints team is going to be should be like.
Yeah,
For the time
because you had to kind of you went, you did what you tried to get something done. You was looking for some semblance of stability at your quarterback spot. Um, and strangely enough, the Saints were in a lot of games last year.
yeah.
They were in a lot of games. You know, um, you know what I'm saying? They just didn't have the personnel to last out and
Yeah.
pull out some of those
Yep.
wins.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. They didn't have the person. They didn't have the weapons. They didn't have the weapons,
Hmm.
the firepower to keep up once a team started to get hot and they going down and they scoring some type of points each time they go down. They didn't have the firepower to keep up with that because their defense started to get tired and their defense started to get old. But now that defense is being somewhat revamped, but
Hmm.
the pieces they got on their defense do not scare me whatsoever.
Right, 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 right. Hmm. And let's see, where we at? We going?
And I
Um,
say, and I say we sweep the Saints for sure.
strongly, I think that our defense
Yeah,
are a few seasons ahead of what's over there in New Orleans. Um, you know, in this particular aspect, I think
and
from
that's
a
exactly also why I got them third in the division.
mhm,
If you ask me, ahead of Tampa.
right, right. Let me see the Jamal ATL for teams don't have film on Shaw. I won't be surprised to see him take a step back and
Defense is worse than last year.
their defense is worse than last year.
I mean, they did lose a lot of defensive pieces though, especially in a secondary. I think they lost. I know they lost like three of their corners.
Right.
They lost a line. I think Davis is not there no more. He's up in New York. So they linebacker core is who's gonna be they the green got die. Yeah, they defense this year is I think next year is what I think Kellen Moore gonna take care of that defense. He can only do so much at at a time. But I think next year that's what he'll probably end up focusing on. This year offense was the thing. Now we on. We off to the meat and potatoes of this conversation, if I might say so myself. It is a Sunday night game at home.
Uh,
Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go.
yeah.
I was moving right along to that next game. The meat and potatoes of this conversation. The Sunday night game at home versus the Baltimore Ravens. Mm, hmm
Now the lights will be bright. Well, um, there's no doubt of where I stand on this particular game. I'm um, in in hopes that our defense puts put paws and hands and knees and shoulders on the impersonator quarterback, uh, the unofficial deity, dual threat god, as it were. Um, I mean, we've heard it all this off season. They crowned him MVP for showing up at voluntary OTAs. Um, they made them Super Bowl contenders because he's out there throwing, what I'm saying, zip passes to uncovered, invisible receivers and things of that nature. Um, week 5,
Yeah.
um, uh, uh, I'm already I'm trying to work it out. Um, I know if I am in the bins, I'm probably gonna need security to keep me off the field. Um, but I don't think that this game is gonna be as hard as some would want to have you believe against the Ravens. Um, you know, uh, they lost a lot of weapons
Yeah, they're gonna be
offensively.
relying on
They
those.
lost a lot of weapons.
Be relying on a lot of draft picks this coming up season on that offensive side.
Yeah, they lost a lot of weapons. You know, and I think this is going to be one of them games. Um, our front is able to keep contained, what I'm saying, on him and keep him in front of the 7 and not getting loose. I think this is good. This is going to be an easy beating.
And make him play quarterback.
Yes, as history has shown, when you take all that bad Barry Sanders impression that he be doing away, and he had to play quarterback now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can expose him in his lack of reading zone blitzes. He's not been very good against zones. You know what I'm saying? And as we showed a lot on last year, we were able to get pressure with our front 4 or 5 on many occasions. And if we can do that against this guy, I think there's a W in store for week 5 for us.
Oh, I do.
Um,
I think it's been too much turnover for that team.
yes, personnel turnover. Now they added Trey Henderson, um, and a well seasoned
Campbell.
Calais Campbell is coming back to that team. Uh, but some pieces are gone off that defense as well. Marlon Humphrey gone. I think the other cornerback gone. Um, they lost a linebacker too, and a defensive lineman. I mean, so you know, um, that defense against this offense, most notably the mustard, is going to be quite interesting. Yeah, yeah. I think this is going to be a statement among statement games.
And
Um,
the last time we played them, we had Desmond Ritter, and we still down there almost beat them.
yeah. hmm
So I just
You
want to.
know, because I keep saying this. A all pro receiver that has had 1,000 yards for 10 straight seasons, and he had to choose between Brock Purdy and that guy in Baltimore, and he chose Brock Purdy.
He went with Big Brock Cock.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? When a well-seasoned, well-established receiver doesn't choose this guy, I think a lot of you, you know what I'm saying, AAU throat babies, should let that sink in. You know what I'm saying? And let that sink in. I'm just saying, um, now and then your head coach, who is a first time head coach, if I'm not mistaken,
Yep.
and mentor, you know what I mean, against a somewhat established and seasoned DC. Um, you know, it's going to be interesting because it's going to be all about Baltimore's offense against our defense.
Yeah.
Let's not even get it twisted. Our offense is going to get overlooked because of who's at quarterback for that team. The Ravens' offense is going to be the story of this game. You know what I'm saying? Coming in. You know what I'm saying? Coming into that game. Coming into week 5, automatically when the game against the Saints is over with, I'm telling you, you already know all media involved is going to be about Lamar Jackson and the Ravens coming in to face the Atlanta Falcons defense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's going to be the story. That is going to be the topic, and honestly, I hope it's that way. You know what I'm saying? And you're reading the headlines, and defensively as it is, you coming in like, all right, everybody's mind's eyes on that. Ravens offense against the Falcons defense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then and then with that guy number 7 for this team and the unicorn and that other expected branch and Drake and Ozzy and Hooper shows up. It's gonna get a little bit different. It's gonna get a little bit different. Rich says it was fun watching the Falcons. This is Falcon football video. It was a throwback to the old This Is Sports Center videos. The marketing team had fun with that. Yeah. King Richard, what's happening, man? What's good? Nice to see you in this thing. You know what I'm saying? What's happening? Says I'm amped for the season. I think we could slide under the radio. Yeah. It's gonna be a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be under the radar until you know what I'm saying after week 3, and especially if we're 3-0. And then people are gonna start trying to figure out what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? We'll be on the radar for maybe the first couple of weeks. And after that, everybody's going to be opening up their eyes, putting on their expert glasses, pulling out the microscopes, trying to figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? With is Kevin Stefanski's offensive scheme and brick theory defense. Like I said, everybody's, is going to be, having their eyeballs on me, Y'all just be present because if I'm not in the bins, trust me, I'm gonna be somewhere in front of a microphone and a camera. Believe that.
We expect that.
You know what I'm saying? That's going to be one game that will more likely we're going to be live for the whole entire duration, not just halftime. You know, I think that's going to it'll probably be one of three games that get that kind of action from us. Um, you know, uh, week 6 is that the Bears?
Yeah,
Yeah, the Bears.
the home
That,
game.
and now this
3 straight home games.
yeah, the Bears is I think is an um interesting figure. Um, they they shipped DJ Moore up out of there. Um,
They,
you know,
they must be expecting Rome Aduzier to be taking a jump.
evidently so. I mean, I'm beginning to wonder is there a problem with DJ Moore? Um,
I
I,
think
I,
that he's just not flashy. He's not the talked about receiver, so he just doesn't get the respect. That's all that is. I don't know why. Maybe because I would say this, maybe because he was on the Panthers and he was just on a losing team doing good. Then he went to the Bears, who was just a losing team for a long time, and he was just doing good. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's just like, well, even though he does good, these teams are suck. He's on 2 trash teams. This is the first year the Bears actually has done something, and it's like, all right, well, all the talk was about Caleb Williams, which is expected. So
I mean, let's not get twisted. They got off to a good start. And we are talking about man, what's the head coach name? Ben Johnson.
yeah,
And Caleb Wilson. It's about as good of a start as a rookie coach and quarterback could get off to. And having and winning the division, winning a good amount of games. What did they win? 12 games. Did the Bears win 12 games?
yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, they
It
won
was
12.
11 to 12. It's definitely a double digit.
Yeah. Um, and you know, winning the division, you know what I'm saying? And you know, at the playoff berth, I mean, it was chock full of a little bit of everything. Um, you just didn't have the ending that you would have liked to have had. And it's a learning experience, if you will, for both the coach, the coordinator, and the quarterback. Um, in the play call and the execution of the play call and the decision to throw the ball where you chose to throw the ball to, I think will be something that will be played over in their minds throughout this off season in trying to get back to that point and make a better choice and execute a play better. You know what I'm saying? That have a different outcome. Um, now, the thing is, with this Bears team, the biggest question that I have for this Bears team is, did they do anything? Did they do enough to make their defense better? That's my question about
I
this
have to
team.
go. Let me look at they draft.
Mm-hmm. The Bears game will be a game to see how we measure up and homecoming for Grady. Is Grady still in Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So they got first round was the Dylan Thurman, safety from Oregon, Logan Jones, center from Iowa, Sam Rush, tight end Stanford,
Yeah.
which I don't understand why they picked up another tight end. You already got two, but okay. Zion Thomas, wide receiver LSU. Malik Muhammad, cornerback Texas. Keyshawn Elliott, linebacker Arizona State. And Jordan Van Deenberg, defensive tackle Georgia Tech.
Right.
I say they kind of replaced some stuff on there. I don't think they really did a lot to upgrade their defense, but their defense wasn't that bad though last year.
I mean, with that is, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that great either.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I asked the question: Did they do enough to, you know what I'm saying, to make their defense better? You know what I'm saying? You know, and those I think some ample additions, draft wise. You know, I like the Muhammad pickup. The kid, the cornerback out of Texas, I like him. I liked him on last year for the Longhorns. I think he has a pretty nice possible future. Um, you know, I kind of sort of going to be keeping a little eye on him. And the Georgia Tech DT as well. Now, like they said, it'll be somewhat of a measuring stick because they were an absolute playoff team on last season. So you have that, and then you know the homecoming for Grady Jarrett. You know, I hope there be plenty of "fuck you, Grady" signs in the audience. Um, you know. You know, there's going to be ample motivation in this game, and for that matter, you already know that it's going to be our offense against this Bears defense is what's going to be built. Just because it's a Brady Jarrett homecoming. So there's that story.
Me personally, I ain't worried about Grady Jarrett.
I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying. We have to be media pundits and cover what is the story. Now, as fans, as you know, analysts, if you will, we know what's left in that particular tank, and whatnot. So, I'm just saying. We try to be biased and unbiased here. You know, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Uh, uh, Penny,
I'm
young
listening.
Penny.
I'm listening.
Your assertion of this particular story and matchup. What would you be looking for as a story of this matchup? Is it the same as what I just said, or you have a different perspective?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna be the battle of the offensive mind. Who don't have a better game plan? Ben Johnson or Kevin Stefanski?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Because I'm
because they
telling you,
did add
whoever.
quite a bit to their offensive line.
Oh yeah.
To really, they
right.
did lose Dahlman in the offseason.
I'm
They lost.
glad.
Oh, that's right. Drew Dorman did retire.
Yep.
Mhm.
That right. That right. Yeah, yeah. Drew Dorman did retire. He did. So yeah. Um. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Brandon Doyle's against the new. Mason Smith, and all our new additions and whatnot on that defense. Um, you know, hey, yeah.
I think that game should be easy because we would have just played. Well, we would have just played a mobile quarterback who likes to do
Uh-huh.
all that running around and stuff. So we should be already used to somebody doing that now. I would say this one does know how to throw a lot better.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Say that. Scream that.
So yeah, we would have to worry about this one creating plays downfield, but some of the same principles should still apply.
Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 It just for station identification. Everybody that's tuned in, man, y'all hit them buttons, man, across the board. You know what I'm saying? From this white network, Sports T Network, Mad Mike Sports, and the Almighty Fresh Network. You know what I'm saying? Hit them buttons across the board, man. Like, share, subscribe if you will. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. I mean, we could it being a home, you know what I'm saying, home game. We definitely be expecting the dub right there. For defensive reasoning. Um,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. Yeah, and moving to week 7 for obvious purposes. This game is circled on the calendar as well. It's always been circled on the calendar. Long time rival in San Francisco 49ers. Um, get back is the motivation in this game. We lost to them on last year 20-10. Um,
This was the exposure game for us. That's when
yeah,
teams really
yes,
start running the ball on us.
yeah, yeah. Um, you know, in this game, especially with Homer Simpson being on the defensive staff for this 49er regime. Uh, yeah. Um,
By
so,
by the way, by the way, that would be the game I would be attending to. So
Okay. We will have a man on ground. We have a man on ground.
oh no, it's gonna be a lot of booze when that fool walk on the damn field. You ain't have to worry about that.
I mean, can he be attentive enough, long enough to expose, give us an expose live spot from that game? That remains
Uh
to be seen.
it depends on where I'm sitting at.
Uh,
I'm sitting way at the top. You ain't gonna be able to see a damn thing.
you got 4 eyes,
Sam, I can't just
You
I
couldn't
gotta
miss nothing. You should see the whole game from the parking lot.
right?
no.
You got 4 eyes. Yeah, you should be able to tell us something.
Of course I'm gonna keep y'all posted on the game. Why wouldn't I not? I'm gonna be on my phone anyway.
You know what? Moving right along. Um,
Yes.
uh, uh,
I take my time sometimes. I really can't. I really can't right now.
um, against this team, you have the addition to their offense in Mike Evans. Um, you know, uh, uh, you know what I'm saying. You have a completely healthy Christian McCaffrey coming back to improve on the great season that he had on last year. Um, Mr. Evans against our secondary round 3. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we know Mike Evans very well. We know Kittle fairly well. We know McCaffrey
He ain't gonna
well.
have to play Kittle. Kittle gonna
Huh?
be out. Kittle gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
out.
that's right. He's rehabbing
He tore his
an
Achilles.
Achilles.
Remember?
Yeah, he's rehabbing the Achilles.
Yeah,
So,
so we ain't gotta even worry about that.
uh, you know, I think this will definitely be um, our offense against their defense because of who's on their defensive staff.
Oh Lord, 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 Lord.
Yeah,
That man,
definitely.
that man, Sam, you mean to tell that man about to have Bosa and Devin coverage? He finna have
Hey,
he finna have
hey,
Nick Bosa in coverage, y'all.
hey. If I'm not mistaken, both them Bosa boys in on that 49 defense.
No, Joey not with the 49ers. I think he's still with Buffalo.
Are you sure?
Hold
I don't
on.
even think he's with the team.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got y'all. Hold on.
Oh no, now you can do research.
Uh-huh.
See y'all, bear with me, man. Bear with me.
We've been bad with your ass for a year.
Nah, he a free agent, man. He a free agent.
I remember that there was talk of him joining the 49ers.
But he chose the Bills
But they
over
said
them.
it's about 3 teams that interested in him. You got Minnesota, San Fran, and Baltimore.
I thought I was well.
I go play for whoever.
That's his current status. He's still a free agent. I could have sworn that I saw where he was joining the 49ers, but I mean, okay, he's still a free agent. Um,
I
you
mean,
know,
what if he now what if he decided to go back to the team he got drafted by,
which was
the Chargers?
I highly doubt that that relationship ended badly.
You know what? Now, because ain't nowhere in the hell Baltimore don't get him and Trey Henderson. Oh hell no.
I mean, they spending money like they got it to go around. I mean,
Now
they
what if
spending money like they don't need offensive players. So I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen.
now it is another sleeper team out there that he will be a good fit for. And now what if he goes to Dallas?
I think that'll be a good move. Dallas is building
They sh-
something over
Yeah.
there because their team. If you look at the moves they made, they got
right.
Rashawn Gary, Quentin
Mm-hmm.
Williams,
Uh-huh.
uh, the Donovan Izuraku from Boston College, his second year.
Right.
Um, I think they linebackers are probably the most biggest question. I think their secondary might be pretty decent this year, but as far as that up front, I think they've replaced everything they needed to replace up front.
Now, office other than Mike Evans, um, and then they did get the deal done with Trent Williams. Um,
And they also signed wide receiver Christian Kirk.
okay, so they brought Kirk and Evans in. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Now,
Um,
as far as Brandon Ayuk, I don't even know how that's gonna go.
Oh no, he's not
He
gonna
won't.
play.
He
They
won't.
already came out. John Lynch already came out and said he will not play it down for the 49ers.
But shit, let his ass go. Trade him. Do whatever.
They
Trade him
can't find a
somewhere.
trade partner for them.
I mean, well, that's where Lynch shot himself in the foot in this situation because you gave him that money. You gave him that money. What was it two seasons ago? You gave him that money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That you're not. I can see like no, ain't nobody gonna want to take on that. What he got What he got 2 years, 3 years left on that deal.
I don't know what
Oh,
is left on that deal. I just know
Look that up, biscuit. Look up Brandon Ayuk's contract up.
all right.
Now I remember, John. Now, if they get now, if that is the sole reason for not being able to find a trade partner for him. Number one, you gave a guy a deal based on his performance. Okay, who were getting off on third,
Sam,
fourth, and fifth corners.
they gave him a 4-year, $120 million contract, and he signed in August of 2024.
Yeah, Yeah.
So that shit, that
So
deal
he
is
got
up.
to, yeah.
That shit is up now.
No, it is not.
He got one more year left.
Yeah, no, nobody, and I'm quite sure that San Francisco is trying to, deal him out and not and want to get that money totally off the books, and ain't nobody trying to pay him, because it is no secret when you paid him and then you made him basically the number one receiver, and he started having to go against number one, number two corners. What happened?
Mm.
What happened?
He don't do a damn thing.
Because you know what I'm saying, when he had that fantastic year, had all them yards and touchdowns. Why? Because he was going against third. He was going against slot corners and nickelbacks and backup safeties. You know what I'm saying, in coverage in 1-on-1. Why? Because you had Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and C-Mac.
Mm-hmm.
You was a fourth option going against fourth option defenders. This is why then I couldn't understand why George Lynch gave him that money.
Right.
Then you in a situation where now you're facing number one and number two type defenders, and you're getting clamped up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Vince, he disappeared against number one cornerbacks. Yes. Mm-hmm. He disappeared because his ass was getting clamped up. He was getting locked up. He was getting cuffed. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get nobody that's gonna be willing to take on the money that's left on that contract because he is not worth that. That right there was fool's gold, and you painted yourself in the corner paying him all that money. You paid him number two, at the time, number one, possibly number two receiver type money, and then he came out there and gave you the fifth receiver on the depth chart performance.
Mm-hmm.
And then got hurt.
Yes. And then you know what I'm saying, for Lindsay, something had to happen behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying, for Lynch to make that assertion out loud to the public. Yo, he's not going to play another down for the 49ers. I mean, you have to punish yourself, be mad with yourself. You gave that man that money. You know what I'm saying? But I think our offense against that defense is going to be the story just because of who's on the defensive coaching staff. And we all know that. That's the only motivation that we're going to need going into that game, because he's on the defensive coaching staff.
Gotta embarrass him.
Yes.
No, let's move right along.
Moving right along, taking a trip to Florida. Raymond James, to see these Buccaneers, with another former coach.
I already said we sweeping them.
Yeah. With Zach Robinson as the offensive coordinator. This is a game where Brick should shine. Brick and the defense should shine in this game against Zach Robinson and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. Without a shadow of a doubt. That's no explanation needed.
You know what's gonna be funny? If we don't see no pistol offense during that whole.
Oh my God. It is going to be something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something to talk about. That is on the November the 1st. November the 1st. You know what I'm saying? And they got and they signed David Seals.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that.
Yeah, Skip.
Imagine
You,
that.
Zero
Yeah.
don't feel.
Losing Mike Evans, you pick up a David Seals. Now you got that young guy in the receiving room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, Chris Godwin. I mean, can he stay healthy for once? I mean,
Even if he was healthy, Chris Godwin don't scare me. He does really nothing when he plays us.
mhm,
They lost the majority of their big time offense when they play us when Mike
mhm.
left.
Yeah, Mike Evans gone, Rashad White gone. Um, uh, didn't they lose tight end or somebody off the offensive line? Something to that effect?
No.
Okay. Again, this should be a game where you know what I'm saying. Brick Brick and the defense should shine against Zach Robinson and the Buccaneer offense. You know, Butterbean, when you agree.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to pay attention. You can't be over there playing with the
No,
skin so
no.
soft now.
Yeah,
Sam,
playing in
I
your
ain't
belly
nobody
button.
playing with nothing, man.
Hey, oh man.
Well, I can't.
Um,
Damn, you
All
just
right, now it's our international game.
yes, yes, we'll be going over to London to play Cincinnati Bengals, which was also billed as a home game for us. Yeah,
Mhm.
which by all intents and purposes, it would be that regardless if they wasn't even stated that way. The Falcons has an international following, um, a big international, especially in London. Um, in this game will I'm gonna say this is gonna be another game where Brick and the defense should shine.
This is gonna be a weird game to me because it's overseas.
Yeah, it's
Um,
overseas, but schematically, I'm I'm looking at it from a standpoint of because uh, I noted that during the draft process, the Bengals didn't do a whole lot to make their offensive line better. Um, and you know, we could put pause on Burrow. Um,
easily.
yeah, like I said, this should be a game where Brick and the defense shines. And I think our offense we should score 28 points or better in this game. This will I think this will be a game where it'll be another day at the office for Bijan.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think Cincinnati hasn't they done some things, but they haven't done enough to improve their defense. They still have to prove it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. In London, in a game that I think defensively we should be able to stand rather tall on business, if you will. Um, you know, by all intents and purposes. Uh, Vince said it's going to be the first game in Spain, but Falcons do have a big following. I think we will have a better showing than we did in the Colts game last year. Yeah, I think anything is going to be better because of the different regime from head coach to offensive staff. Uh, you know what I'm saying? I'm leaning on that all the way around on this year alone. You know, contrary to the standard belief of who our head coach is. You know what I'm saying? I just the man. I don't think it would. You know, you cannot scoff at the fact he's 2-time coach of the year winner. Um, and you know, we have the adequate personnel that can strive and shine in his offense. You know, uh, but yeah, the Falcons have a very strong international following, and this will definitely be from home standard. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Uh, what is your perspective, Biscuit?
Um, we have a better coaching staff from last year. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, well, that's the obvious. Give us something that's not so obvious.
That our defense can get to Joe Burrow, and then we can force Joe Burrow to turn the ball over.
I just said that.
And then I often, Sam, can I get my point off, please? Damn. And another thing, we ain't got to worry about Jamar Chase giving us the business.
Why not? Did he leave Cincinnati?
I'm just saying, like the matchup between him and AJ. I got a good feeling that AJ don't get his lick back.
I mean, schematically, defense wise, I think it's going to be easy for us to. I mean, we can let AJ do his thing. True enough, that would be. But a smart defensive coordinator is going to shade a safety over the top. You know what I'm saying, to keep him in front, which I think it's going to be possible to do because I think that our 5-man front can get to Burrow,
Mm-hmm.
and Brick showed in many cases on last year he know how to dial up an adequate blitz, a timely blitz, to get calls on the quarterback. I think in this case, they still got Mixon, or did they get somebody else at running back over there?
I think Chase Brown is still there. I don't know who else they added. Biscuit, that's your job.
Right.
Hold on. They still got my boy from Oklahoma over there, Samaj P. Ryan.
Damn, he's still in the league?
Mm-hmm. They got Todd Brooks and Gary Brightwell.
Man, I ain't worried about them running the ball like that. No way.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I wish Samaj. Damn, like Tom Finney on him retired, bro.
Mm. 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 Right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Week 10. Isn't that the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, another game that I have circled on the calendar.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like they got away with one when we played them that last.
Yeah, our last time seeing them, and plus this is it's somewhat of a different type of Chiefs team. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You got Patrick Mahomes, boy, on the comeback. look like he's going to be exactly ready for the season. And then they have the Super Bowl MVP at running back with them now, and Kenny Walker. Uh, uh, the wide receiver additions. Didn't they make some? Um,
Who did they? Oh, they did end up drafting my boy Jeff Cardwell.
uh-huh.
Cincinnati. They did do to get him. Biscuit, you supposed to be looking up this roster.
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
Uh,
Yes. Kansas City Chief roster.
Who else?
Chief roster.
Who else did they pick up? I'm not for sure. Um,
let's see.
I know they
They
drafted
got
pretty well.
they got Taquan Thornton. They still got him. They still got Jeff Nico Ramingo, Andrew Armstrong, Jason Brownlee, and Jimmy Holiday.
Okay.
Xavier Lloyd, Amari Evans, and Jacob D. Jesus. All they wide receivers.
Okay. So
Uh,
let's see what they
Vince
do.
said they traded away their secondary to the Rams.
Yeah, they top 2 corners, but they drafted 2 corners too.
Yeah, they did.
I think we can look for them to be turned into a more of a run team this year. I
Well,
think Indy is gonna pivot away from that dropping back now that they got the Super Bowl MVP back there.
mm-hmm. Now
They'll move the way he did.
With Andy back there, with Andy Reid over there across the field now, he's one of the better ones to do it, especially adjustment wise. He's good at picking on a team's weakness, defensive weakness, or spotting one and using it to the advantage. We have to be aware. We have to be. We have to stay ahead of him and Patrick.
Yeah.
You know, rise up ATS. Listen, it's still the damn Falcons at the end of the day. Nothing to be hyped about this year whatsoever till they prove it more than capable of losing every game. Nothing here is a given win. None of this conversation from start of this to now has been about anything that has been a given win. We are exercising all of the opposing teams' additions and subtractions and what they do best.
I ain't giving no record position predictions or anything. I ain't said we was gonna win or lose. I'm just
This is understanding of the matchups. Looking at what we will be facing as opposed to what we have and what we're looking to be. I mean, but you know what I'm saying. I get it. On what particular soapbox you're standing on. It is obvious, and appreciate your perspective.
but you're standing on it at the wrong time, buddy. Listen to the
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
Understand. LWC.
You know what I'm saying. You know, but again, like I was saying, we're going to be facing Andy Reid. Who's one of the best to ever do it. And Patrick Mahomes, but what I'm saying, the face of the league.
By then, we should know whether or not he's returned to full form.
Oh yeah, by this time in the season, you know what I'm saying. By week 10, yeah, we'll definitely know. You know what I'm saying? Coming in, him coming into the Benz, we'll definitely know, where he's at and how he's, where he's at as his physicality and his, ability to move and whatnot. We're going to definitely know all that by the time we face him. You know what I'm saying? We're, personnel wise, Um, Defensively, I think is where the question is for the Chiefs. Um, you know what I'm saying? I think hey, didn't they draft a defensive lineman?
Let's pull it up.
I think a notable one, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, you know,
Yeah, they did. Delane Marceau Delane, cornerback LSU. Peter Woods, DT.
yeah,
R. Mason Thomas, Edge, Oklahoma.
yeah.
Um, Jadon Candy, DB, Oregon. Emmett Johnson. Oh yeah, that's the running back I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm. Biscuit, why you ain't on top of this? You got an Oklahoma boy over here in Kansas City.
I know that. I put a short on him. You seen it?
Well, you should have been jumping on this conversation in Kansas City. There's an Oklahoma boy over there. What are you doing? What's going? What?
Yeah, and they got
You know, man.
Cyrus Allen, Cincinnati, and then Garnet Nezimer, quarterback from the LSU.
All I'm gonna say is our Mason Thomas gonna be a damn problem on that damn edge.
Mm-hmm.
We better game plan for that man right there.
Mr. Rise Up responds by saying, not saying you guys specifically, but I am seeing so much delusion like every off season is all just show me and prove it to me, or there will be a whole new rebuild come 2029.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand your standard on that.
I'm going to reserve my right to just say okay and keep moving. Uh, it's early. It's early. We ain't gotten into training camp yet. Um, you know,
I'm ready to get in the
yeah,
training camp.
we're coming off having to dismiss the mess thereof of the previous regime, Homer and Bart Simpson, um, you know, kind of setting, a screwed up situation, and bringing, established coaches and staff in here. Um, that's why I have the mindset that I have coming into this year because of the staff that was acquired, and the names that were brought in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but that particular conversation, it is what it is. Um, Going on the road to
Like
Minnesota,
game.
in Minnesota, where more than likely will be the offense will be led by Kyler Murray. Like I said, me and True were talking last night. In that situation, that's Kyler Murray's job to lose. Um, you know what I'm saying? And it's a pretty adequate situation for him. Um, you know, a better coach, and staff and weapons on that offense with Addison and Jefferson and the boys, that tight end.
Jay Hawkinson.
Uh-huh. I think this is a chance for Kyler Murray to prove the skeptics wrong and give himself a new narrative. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Facts. You know what I mean? It's new face, new place. You know what I'm saying? Um, the change of scenery does, the body and mind good. What's the situation for Kyler Murray in Minnesota? I think it was a good landing spot. You know what I'm saying? On for Murray in this particular situation. Um, you know, I think this game will definitely be billed as Vikings offense against our defense.
I think it will be more so our offense against their defense because the way they drafted to to reinsure their defense more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got Caleb Banks, Florida, Jake Gaudet from Cincinnati linebacker, defensive lineman Dominique Orange, Iowa State,
Mm-hmm.
Jacoby Thomas, Miami, cornerback Charles Demings. Okay, and then the rest was offense. But overall, I don't know. I feel like their coach is going to be coaching to not get fired. And I think by this time we should know whether or not he's going to be getting fired or not.
Well, you have to remember this is still some residuals of the fired GM not giving Donald that extension,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all going with JJ McCarthy and the train wreck that has been. You know, um, so I believe as well that isn't that who was that McDowell over there?
Minnesota.
In
Yeah,
Minnesota, that's Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell. Yeah, I think unfortunately if they don't make the playoffs, he more than likely will probably be fired. Um, because of the previous year and choice not giving you know Donald the opportunity to stay there. I mean, how you let 14-3 get out of town?
And then for him to win the Super Bowl makes it that much worse.
Yes, yes.
But yeah,
You know,
I got to look at the Vikings schedule. I need to see who they play. Because if I see who they play, and by the time they get to us, we will know if his hot seat has been turned up or it's
and we were
dead.
talking about that last night, and I halfway got into that. The Vikings got a pretty tough schedule. I wish. I think that if they are, it's gonna. I think I said it last night. It would surprise me if they are 500. You know what I'm saying, by week 6. Um, the way I think if I remember the way their schedule is constructed. Um, I think that they I think they start off with a lot of playoff teams.
Mm.
I think they
And
start off
then not only that, this is coming off a bye week for us too. We got a week 11 bye week, which we didn't.
yeah.
Which I like our bye weeks to be kind of at the end, somewhat towards the end of the year. I think that was a nice placement of a bye week, week 11. But as far as
Okay.
the Vikings, yeah,
Okay. I'm finna get off. Finna get off on there. Okay. They open up the season with the Packers, Bears, Bucks, Dolphins,
and they
Saints,
already got 2.
Colts, Lions, Bills, Packers, 49ers before they see us.
Yeah, we'll know if whether or not he's going to be fired or not by then, because you got 3 divisional games right there
Mm-hmm.
within that within that. Two of them Packers. You got the Lions in there once. Then you got the Bears in there. You gonna play the Bears right at the. I mean, you gonna play the Lions. Oh no.
Lions, Saints, and Dolphins are teams that didn't make the playoffs. And the Bucks. Other than that, you're all. Let me see. Packers made the playoffs. Bears won the division, made the playoffs. All right. Bucks and Dolphins and Saints. The Colts who fell off because Daniel Jones got hurt. Lions, Bills and Packers and 49ers, all playoff teams.
Yeah, they gonna get tested.
Mm-hmm.
Way before they get to us, they're gonna be. Yeah, that seat is either gonna be turned up or he's gonna be retaining his job.
But what's going on, Jerome? What's happening?
What's good, Jerome? What's good? What's good? But we can go ahead and go off into this next home game.
Stefanski's knowledge of the AFC North should help us in certain situations. Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
for sure. We got the Detroit Lions on the
The
field.
Lions, who completely imploded in 2025.
Yeah,
Both, you know what I'm saying, from schematic and mental standpoint. You had some games, and I was like,
I
really?
think I think they really suffered from losing both of their coordinators.
Yeah, they did. And then that total meltdown against the Chiefs, which was hilarious in itself. You know, um, mm, um, yeah,
The
um,
battle of the backs too.
yeah, Jamar Gibbs, yeah, uh-huh, yeah,
B. John, and also they did pick up Isaiah Pacheco too back there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I think that you got a situation here in Detroit. Um, I think Campbell will be coaching for his job. Um, and I think Jared Goff will be playing for his.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jared might be on the way to being the backup guy.
I mean, I think Jared Goff has played well enough in Detroit that if Detroit decides to go in a different direction, someone will give him a starting job chance. Um, you know, at least that's what I think. Um, that's what I think. And then for Campbell will be coaching to keep his job in Detroit. Um, you know,
Season. Yeah.
for all intents and purposes, it did not help that Ben Johnson came in and did what he did in Chicago, especially winning the division, um, and beating them the way they beat them. So you Campbell, you best him in the position. You got to win. You got to win the division.
I
That's
think
what I
Campbell.
think. I think he has to win the division to keep his job.
I think he in the same boat as Todd Bowles. Both of them got to do good this year. Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I would say Todd Bowles in a lot worse position because
Yeah,
this
Todd
boy.
Bowles' seat is on fire.
That
It's not even high seat. It's that seat is on fire in Tampa. I've read that, and I've heard that. I know I got some homies that are Tampa Bay Buck fans, and I got some old classmates that live in Tampa. That Todd Bowles seat is on fire. He's Todd Bowles is kind of sort of in the same position Lamar Jackson is. Now it's not just making the playoffs for him. It's NFC Championship game or Super Bowl appearance for him to keep his job. That's the going word down there. Um, and I think that it is Campbell in that. I think Campbell would have to. I think winning the division would be enough for him to keep his job.
Yeah, I would say he would have to lose pretty bad this season, and then next year, that's when his seat gets hot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but then again, you look at in some of the situations, like instances like the Chiefs game, um, and the fallout after the game, the fight that occurred, the second Bears game, and the chippiness and the personal fouls and the fouls that were the fines that was handed out. It was just all characteristically, it was a bad look and bad year for the Detroit Lions.
I mean,
You know,
he said we're gonna bite ankles and stuff. I mean, they epitomize what they coach wanted.
I suppose so. Now this next game is another game that I have circled on the calendar for all the fake woke advocates. Um, you know what I'm saying? In representation of Sir George Sanders. Um, this game is gonna have a "we shall overcome" feel to it. uh, Brown, but real talk though, Todd Monken and their staff, they did some good things personnel wise, and I think they drafted rather well.
Oh yeah. They got
Cleveland
Casey.
drafted rather well. I think that Cleveland is going to be a better team than most people believe. Um, you know, if they could survive training camp in the preseason, um, in you know, and not self sabotage, if you will, um, because the thought of the narrative that's being pushed for the Browns is either that it would well to do them not to be too good, you know what I'm saying, so they could get a crack at one of these quarterbacks that's coming out next year. That's the narrative that's being pushed. So I'm like, damn, for real, y'all really, you're not gonna give. I guess you're not. I mean, that's the way y'all looking at this situation.
I guess I don't know. I don't understand what they're gonna want. I mean,
You don't want to give Shadur an ample opportunity, and and resources to, have a legit chance to give y'all the opportunity to win? You don't think putting the right, weapons and skill set players around him and opening up the playbook to that young man to give him an opportunity to win? I mean, to fight it out, whatever the case may be.
I think you got to get rid of the predator first.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be the first order of business.
Yeah.
To do with him before you can figure out anything else.
Right.
Because he's stealing your cap. Your quarterback situation is being killed because of him, because he's still in there.
Yeah.
Cleveland, sit back and figure that situation out first, and then you got Shador for however long you got him right now. So
yeah,
figure that out before y'all try to put him out there, figure out what you're gonna do and all it. I mean, no, get that first, get that money off the books, and yeah.
This is definitely at this point going to be a coin flip game. Because if possibly that Shadur is out there. All right, that's the story in itself, and it's going to be our defense against Shadur and Munch's offense. But I think the bigger story is going to be that Browns defense and Jared and the crew against our offense.
Yeah, for sure.
That'll definitely be the story for this game. It could be a snow game, a good throwback game. It's going to be, that game is in Cleveland. Yeah, that's strong possibility. The weather could be, that Cleveland Brown weather, because it get witches titty cold and that there's snow and ice.
Mm-hmm.
Old Q Ball and the Commanders.
I say we ain't doing no prediction, but I believe this should be a game we should come out and
Well, the question mark in Washington, can Jaden Daniels stay healthy, be healthy, and be on the field? You also have a coaching staff situation where both the offensive and defense coordinators were replaced.
I think so. I know the offensive coordinator was replaced, but I think from that standpoint, that was good. I think Cliff Kingsbury was going to get. He was going to end Jaden Daniels' career with what he was doing, because he don't know how to call a run game. He knows how to do passing and stuff, but that run game he doesn't know how to do, and that's why you see Jaden doing all that running, because he was the run game for him pretty much, and it's like no.
Yeah. And we closed the season with 3 straight division games. Yeah. Back to back home with the Bucks and Saints, and then we end the season with the Panthers. Which has been the case, I think, for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
What was you gonna say, Fresh?
I was gonna say, like I said, we sweeping them the Bucks. The only reason that's a to be determined is because I think by that time they want to know if they can make that a prime time game for us and the Bucks. But if we take care of business through the first, just the first 5 weeks, we should be good.
Right. I mean, if things roll accordingly, and we get down to this point, best case scenario, we're in a situation where a win or two could, should close the book on the division for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That hopefully that would be the situation. Um, you know what I'm saying? But, we this is why we play the games. You know what I'm saying? And especially closing the year, in Carolina. Yeah, yeah,
I like that they put him like that because it allow us to control our own future.
right, right. Vince said, I've been hearing on the radio people think Dan Quinn could be coaching for his job coming into that game. I, well, there has been some talk because of certain things that went on behind the scenes that involved Jaden Daniels, that involved the offensive coordinator. Um, that cue ball seems a little warm. It's a little hot. It's a little hot. Um, I mean, but when you look at it, Jaden Daniels rookie year, they did go to the playoffs. The year was kind of abrupt due to injuries, and and as such. But I think that they right the ship and they can be adequately healthy, and in a better situation, from that. Maybe it might be a little different, but I mean, hey, it's another story in the season that saying we just have to pay attention to and keep abreast of.
Yep.
So to that kind of gives our crew perspective on saying this upcoming season in the matchups. Um, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, I'm excited for camp preseason. Um, you know what I'm saying, and looking for everything to be in place, all contracts get in place. Guys get in and get the busting sweats in training camp and preseason. It's a wait and see game now at this point.
Yes. Yep.
You know,
Yes.
so it's a wait and see game. Um, Coming up over the weekend, we'll be trying to check the listings to get you guys a UFL game to cover on tomorrow. Um, I definitely be doing a live watch of Dream and Aces on Sunday. Um, uh, tomorrow may be a busy, somewhat of a busy day. I'm definitely going to be doing a Braves game tomorrow. If not tonight, how I'm feeling. I think they probably jumped off, but yeah, that's where we're at. Thank God it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody for tuning in and giving their opinions and perspectives on the schedule and teams we're going to be facing across the board, man. Y'all hit them buttons. The Almighty Fresh Network, Sports T Network, Mr. White Network, Mad Mike Sports, man. Y'all hit them buttons, man. What I'm saying? Like, share, and subscribe. Freshman, give the people a rundown of what what you got going on, where you gonna be at, what I'm saying, where they could probably see you coming up tonight and tomorrow.
I'll be dropping some more anime tonight, some Yu Yu Hakusho. Tomorrow will be Demons of the Shadow Realm and Soul Eater, and of course all the UFL games. I'll probably be on there depending on whatever UFL game you pick. I'll probably most likely be available, and I'll be on there with you, and we'll get that did.
Oh shit! It's a UFL game coming tonight. Gonna be playing on local on Fox. From Phantom Warriors Stadium in Keegan, Texas. So I guess one of the Texas teams.
It might be Houston or Dallas then. I have
Uh,
to catch the game tomorrow. I'm gonna have something to do tonight.
right, right, right. Well, we'll figure it out. I mean, we, you know what I'm saying, figure it out. You know what I'm saying, check and see who's going to be live up on it tomorrow. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And I
Uh,
don't think Coach is gonna have his show tomorrow. I think he has something else to do. One more week of
right.
his thing. We might be back next week with the bird feeder.
Okay. 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 Um, Biscuit.
What's happening?
Um, what? Your Thunder waiting on the winner of San Antonio and Minnesota.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, man. Just stay tuned for the Spurs and Timberwolves game tonight. Because the one out of that will be facing my
Detroit and Cleveland is
yeah
tonight.
yeah. It's both games on tonight.
Somebody, one of them starts at 7. What time are they playing on? I'm sitting here searching it now. Let's see, we got what, shit. Where are they? Um, hmm. I'm trying to see what time. What channel are they playing on?
I know one should be on ESPN and the other should be on Prime Video.
ESPN. I know hockey is gonna be on ESPN.
Yeah, the Spurs and the Timberwolves is gonna be on Prime.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I think Cleveland and Detroit is playing right now. Yeah, first quarter.
yeah, I know that they definitely are.
I gotta need something to eat. Ooh.
Mm, yeah, they're playing right. Yeah. Well, we're gonna get our tails on up out of here. And everybody enjoy the night. You got a lot, you know what I'm saying? Braves and Red Sox are kicking on now. Pistons, Cavaliers are playing now. Yeah, got some hockey on. Yeah, multitude of baseball on. Uh, so I mean, you got plenty to look at. Got a UFL game on tonight as well. So um, we'll have recaps and updates and all that kind of good stuff. You know what I'm saying, through the weekend. Um, you know, hey man, we gonna keep it keep it dirty. We constantly keep it real with ourselves. Let your next choice be your best choice. Shout out to 8 Squads and the Sub Entertainment. Shout out to the Red Freak crew for the biscuit, for the freshman. I am the People's OG, aka Mr. White. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.